And my first job to do when I was back was prove to Finn that I could cut insulation and get it to fit in the perfect little slots. So once I'd done that and Finn approved,
There you go. High five.
it meant that I was trusted to be able to take the sizes for him to cut them, pass them back to me, for us to shove them all down. And we did this in really quickly. We got into such a good little rhythm. So it didn't take long at all. Of course, there was a few mishaps though, because I'm here.
I straight away looked at the camera. I was hoping it would got your film, but never. She fell on her bum.
I didn't break the insulation though.
No, that's fine. Is there any pipes under it?
I don't know. Shall we? I hurt my bum. I fell over the exact same place on the Hindu. And after all that, it was time to bring in the flooring and starting to get this floorboards down.
Have I got you? No. Just your glove. Come on. What?
My little finger.
Did your full hand underneath that? Screw you. There. Just hung up down.
So after Finn's DIY crash course, I was fine to get on with screwing. Now Finn actually drew lines along these boards to make sure that I got the screws in exactly the right place. We got into a good little rhythm again. Finn was cutting the boards and I was just screwing them all down. And we spent that night basically Finn teaching me how to be his apprentice. But once he was happy with me, we called it a night with just a few boards down.
You put it back down. Yeah, well, that's true.
We're back up tonight and we're getting these floorboards down. That is all the flooring down, so it is time now to talk about where the walls and the partitions are going. So we're going to have that over a cup of tea, and Mum left these like Lenore little Easter eggs, because obviously it's just Easter paths, so these are so good, by the way. This is Finn's, I actually already ate mine. Hello?
Come on, Will.
You go there.
Come on.
Push my hand back. Come on, it's back here.
Come on.
Little, look. Come here. No, on this bit. On this bit. Little. There you go. Little, it's okay. Girl. Well done. There you go. That was good. That was nice. She's like, well, that was terrifying. Once we were all together and sitting down with our cup of tea, it was time to discuss this. Now, we didn't actually realise how much work this was. We actually already have our floor plan, but it changed around again. So the plumber, Greg, who's also my brother, he is wanting to put in the radiators. So we needed to try work out where the radiators are going in each room, which meant lying down and seeing exactly where our bed's going to be going, to where the cupboards are, to trying to work out exactly where the best place is for radiators, which is really one of the last things you think about. And to say this stressed me out would be an understatement. we spent hours just like chatting about how each room was going to lay out, and then we weren't happy with the layout and we were trying to move it around. It was a lot, and we decided to just come back up tomorrow night with fresh heads and talk about it again.
How about that?
Yeah.
That's it on the video.
Okay, we are in full swing of the build-up now, aren't we?
Full swing.
What are we doing today, Finn?
Gonna mark up and try to get some of the outer walls in today. So, which will be exciting, but there'll be a lot of prep work because we need to take some of the branding down from the existing ceiling.
Yeah.
So,
But it's good, and you made a little bit for your saw?
I just came up for a bit because obviously we had to pick up willow from the vet, so I just made it just a bench for the saw. So
It looks good.
Should be all easier to cut stuff and make up the kit.
I know, poor Willow Bear, Finn just kind of touched it there.
Yeah.
Willow's been in for an operation yesterday, so you're probably not going to see her much on the channel for the next few weeks because she is bedbound for the next 2 weeks. She's found a lump on her, so they had to go and cut it off, and it's getting tested. Hopefully it'll come back nothing. Even if it does, hopefully they've got it all out.
Yeah.
But yeah, send your best wishes to Willow Bear for a speedy recovery, and hopefully you'll see her in another couple of weeks' time. But until then, let's get to building her house.
Until then, you have to just bear with our faces.
Yeah, bear with us. Right, let's get to it. And on the note of building up Willow's house, we started by Finn was measuring up the walls, working out the exact sizes that we would need, whilst I started taking away this little bits of wood on the top, just because we can't push the wall up with all that old bits there. We wanted to take off this before, but the floor was falling in, so it wasn't safe. Don't mind me with my earmuffs. My ears are really sore today and sensitive, so earmuffs are the only thing that's helping.
I know.
But we have these eggs.
This is the most quietest she's ever been in her life.
Yeah, the earmuffs really help, I'm not gonna lie.
Like, she hasn't said a peep, and I keep on asking her, is she okay or not?
It just quite quietens everything down. I quite like them. I think they're going to be my new thing. But anyway, we're about to try some new snacks that we've never had before. My best friend Kerry got us these. So they're like Biscoff filled eggs. Like instead of a cream egg, it's a Biscoff egg. So I'm very excited to try these.
Oh, you gave me the messed up one.
No, I have the messed up one.
Oh, right, so do I. Mine's
We left them in the window by accident and they melted a little bit.
Yeah. I don't think I'll do that.
Do you reckon it's just Biscoff in the middle?
Mm-hmm. It's a biscuit. Cream egg, isn't it?
Oh,
I think it's all tuna.
mmm.
It's good.
Oh my god. It's like there's a full teaspoon of Biscoff inside. Yeah, but you didn't eat half the egg. What would you rate that?
Probably 7 out of 10. Just because I like cream eggs the way they are.
I love a cream egg and I love a caramel egg. A caramel egg is great.
Caramel's actually really good, yeah.
But that Biscoff egg is great.
I'll buy it again.
You should all try one of these. Thanks, Carrie. Love you. So after a quick little snack break, it was time to get back to it. So I ripped up all the bits that Finn needs off, and then it was just a case of quickly tidying up and then again becoming Finn's apprentice for how to DIY a wall. And also how to use the very dangerous saw, which Finn gave me more than one lesson on as he's scared I'm going to chop my hand off.
So your hand should be about 300 away.
Yeah.
This is actually quite important, this bit here. Like that. Perfect.
So once I was fully trusted with the saw and that I could cut it exactly to the right measurement, Finn started to give me measurements. I went and cut it and we started building our first wall, which is just so exciting that we're actually building this first wall. I actually have no idea what we're doing here, so I'm just going to pass you over to the expert.
So all we done was just measure the width of the wall it's needing to be and added in the studs. We got the sizes for that as well. What I'm doing here is I'm just adding the backing of the wall. So I'm just using some 9mm OSB sheets. And this is what I'm using to square off the wall as well. So by using that square edge on the sheet, I can make sure this wall's all square. So once I nail that all on, I'm giving Megan a shot here with the nail gun, and she's a little bit frightened at the beginning, but she got used to it. So once after we nail this next sheet on, what we do is I like to get my chalk line and measure the edge of the kit and just ping a quick line. I'm using my track saw here, or sometimes I use just my normal snorter. I just fancied using the track saw for this one, to be honest. So once Megan's nailed it all up, I just go down on my blue line from the chalk line and I just put the track on it and cut that edge off. I need to cut the side off and I need to cut a bit of the top off as well so it's all flush with the timber. As you can see, this is the blue roll stuff. This is sort of just like a protector of the wood, so any moisture that could build up, but it shouldn't. But any just moisture off the coldness of the brick, it just doesn't transfer onto the wall. So there's obviously, I've made a 50mm air gap behind it, so there should be no moisture at all. But just in case there's any little bits here and there from the block work, this will be protecting the wood and we can make sure it doesn't rot. So I just overlap this and I take up to the edges of the wood, make sure it overlaps as well, as you can see where Megan is. Make sure it's flush and I just staple it on. So here we are now, we're finally lifting up our first wall, and the kits aren't actually that heavy, but it's easier with two people obviously. So, and Megan also wanted to be a part of this because it's the first wall and it's good to have a hand. Just here, I'm just making sure it goes up, but I ended up hitting a couple of nails and made the kit a bit too tight, but we finally got it in. As you can see here, we're shifting that bit. I like to leave a bit of clearance so it won't be too tight getting in, because obviously if it's a big wall, it's going to be a nightmare. But then here I am, I'm just leveling it all up, and then I just fired a couple of nails in the top and the bottom just to hold it all, and yeah, that's it.
That is our first wall up! Woo! First wall.
First wall.
First of many, but it's a wall. How exciting.
No.
So we're going to write on it because obviously we need to. It's our first wall.
Exactly. What do you want to write?
Our first wall.
I'll do it on that one because it's
Yeah.
We'll put Megan's first wall because I was teaching you how to do it.
Yeah. I'll put our first wall and then. Our first wall!
Perfect.
Woo!
It's exciting.
It's exciting. Our first wall. Can't believe we finally have a wall. What's the date today?
11th. It's my sister's birthday today.
Oh, so it is.
Yeah, well, right.
Happy birthday, Shannon.
Happy birthday, Shannon.
$11,426. Our first wall.
I'm gonna get slated for my handwriting.
No, you're not. It looks good. Woo!
On to the next. I just realised that. Sorry, you're probably zoomed in. I wasn't filming any of that, but I've cut the next panel, so I'm just nailing it all together.
Hello guys, hopefully you don't notice too much of a quality difference. I managed to bring up the camera but I forgot the SD card in it, so you're sticking with my phone just now. But that is me just up just now, looking at Finn's amazing work with his walls. He did such a good job. So my job today is I'm just gonna prep some more of the roof so we can get the walls up. So all these little old dwang bits need to come off. I'm saying dwangs, I don't think it's called dwangs. The wood bits on the roof, they need to come off before we can put up the rest of the walls. So I want to do as much prep work for Finn as possible. So when we come back up on Saturday, we can have a really good day of it and try to get a lot of the walls up. So yeah, I'm just basically gonna do prep work today. So let's go. Okay, I'm not going to bore you any longer with this because this is a very boring task. So let's just skip to the good bit. Now, I wish I could do that for the whole house because that is great, but unfortunately not. But that is the majority of it done. There's still a little bit here because there's not any flooring for me to lean the ladder on, but it's all prepped and ready for Finn to come up later for the walls.
So we are just gonna de-nail a bunch of this old wood and just get all ready. I'm gonna use this old timber to put a couple of braces in for the roof, just for the
Studio apartment.
yeah, but just for the sort of the ceiling joists, just to give them a bit of strength because they're only kind of like 4x2s and they span quite a bit. So to be fair, all that's going up there is just plasterboard and that, and maybe just 2 or 3 floorboards for storage. But I'd rather just sort of brace it off, just to make it more sturdy, so it doesn't look like our ceiling's sagging.
And these bits of wood, these originally came from the old studio apartment. So these were the bits of timber that we took out. So
Came from all the partitions, didn't they?
reusing it all again. But
Yeah.
it's covered a lot in poop as
Yeah.
well. So scrape off the poop and take out the nails.
I know.
That is tonight's job. Poop and nails.
Poop and nails, poop and nails.
Right,
So here we go.
let's go.
I'm gonna grab my gloves.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm just gonna make this temporary, just brace wall, really, just to keep stop the joists from sagging for while I'm standing up there, because I don't want to break any of them. I don't think they'll break, but just extra precaution. So yeah, just putting a couple studs up just to support it, and then we're gonna mark out for putting the ties in on the roof.
Sounds good. Let's go. It's like walking the plank. Oh,
It's just.
I'd be a terrible pirate. I feel like I'm back in gymnastics again.
I'm waiting for you to do backflips.
Do you reckon I can still do a cartwheel on the beam? Oh no!
That's it. You're overboard.
I'll leave it to the pros. I'm off for the fishes. So I just helped Finn, or attempted to help him, but I was far too short for it, so I needed to use a spade to help lift up the top bit. But basically, as Finn said, this is just a temporary wall to help stabilise the roof when Finn goes up to brace it all up. So after that, Finn got to work on measuring all the bits, and I was in the background just cutting all the bits for him, taking it up, and got onto that. So it went actually pretty fast. We put up about 4 bits of timber, And then this is how the wall looked in the end. So that's it all ready and bracing up just that part of the roof. So Finn will be hopping up shortly just to brace it all up at the top so we can get extra storage up there and just makes it a bit more secure for us. Okay guys, so we hope you enjoyed this week. It's been a really exciting week of putting up our first wall and everything, so really exciting. We have a lot on next week as well.
Yeah, a lot on next week. We're going to continue on with the walls. We're going to reinforce the ceiling ties, and just got a lot on.
We've got the plumber coming in. We're going to get pipes in. We've decided on where our radiator's going, so there's pipes going in for that. We're hopefully going to get some running water, what means we don't need to take bottles of water up here. We can actually just
actual drinking water.
Have drinking water, so that'll be great. So there's it's an action-packed week next week, which we're super excited for. Can't wait to share yous. So yeah.
Yep.
Is that everything?
That's everything.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's completely free and it really helps boost our channel. But until then, we'll see you next Sunday.
See you next Sunday.
Bye.
Don't roast my haircut.